How cute is this coffee mug? A little bit of sunshine in the sunflowers during the colder months. I love it. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing good. We are talking about resetting for 2025. So I am currently in the state where I am ready to reset towards the end of the year into the beginning of the year. This is when I really like to reset everything. At the beginning of the year, I'm super organized. I'm like, okay, we're setting everything, and then as the year goes on, it slowly, you know, starts to diminish. Sometimes I will reset mid-year, which is really important. But then like towards like end of fall, November, December, Christmas, everything kind of gets jumbled and I feel like it's time for a reset. And so I want to share with you guys some of the things that I'm doing that might be able to help you as you're going into 2025. I think that this is such a great time of year to really just sit down with yourself, see where you're at, and be able to look at your routines, your lifestyle, what you want to change, what you want to adjust. Not everything needs to be completely changed, and I'm not expecting you to change like overnight like that. Like my reset is definitely over the next couple weeks. I take my time to do it. I take my time to do different things, and so maybe some of the things I'm doing can inspire you to do some of them in your life, and maybe look at some of the things that you're doing that you can maybe now change or adjust, whatever you want to use, and use it into a new routine when it comes to stepping into 2025. Now, of course, we have some things that aren't going to change when it comes to 2025, most likely jobs, things like that. You know, we have kids, our lives are busy. I understand, and I know not every one of the things that I'm doing to reset will apply to your life, but maybe one or two things might work. I'm hoping anyways. So yeah, let's jump into it. The first thing that I like to do when it comes to doing a reset is organizing some things in my life. So one of them is my closet and my drawers, obviously. I think that when it comes to wanting to achieve goals and stepping into a better version of you, that means wearing clothes that make you feel really good and really confident and makes you feel just more comfortable in yourself. And so having a messy closet and messy drawers and everything like that, clothes are just thrown everywhere right now. It's kind of a disaster in my room. Being able to organize that, me being able to just kind of open up my closet, my drawers, and go, hey, this is what I want to wear, this is what I want to wear, because I know that these fit and that they make me feel good. So we're gonna go through some of the drawers and the closet. It's really bad in there, but we're gonna go through that today because we are resetting. We're getting ready for the new year, and we want to feel good in the clothes that we're wearing, and we want to be able to choose out the clothes easily that we have in our closets and in our drawers. So let's do it. You're not allowed to judge me with how messy my closet is, okay? Don't judge me. It's bad, I know, I know, I know. Second thing that we are decluttering, going through, organizing, resetting for 2025 is my office. I'm sitting in my office right now, and the mess around the camera, don't worry, I will show you, is wild. I had a pretty busy November and December with like advent calendars. So I sell crystal advent calendars, even things that I sell privately. It's wild. Same with gifts. We have gifts strewn everywhere. It's a little disorganized here, and I want my office to be organized because this is where I work. And if I have a disorganized area, I'm gonna be disorganized, and I want to have a clean, organized space so that I'm able to do my work without having like a cluttered area, because a cluttered area creates a cluttered mind, and we don't want that. So it's time to clean the office. Wish me luck because it's a mess. So as you can see, we have packaging, things there. We have, oh man, that desk looks bad. And then I have some crystal stuff over there. It's bad, so it's time to organize. Office is honestly looking a little bit more organized, which is great. I just feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I can actually walk around my office now without kicking a box, which is fantastic. One last thing that I really want to make sure that it's organized, decluttered before I really start resetting for 2025 is my digital stuff. My laptop is just full of stuff. My phone is full of stuff. full of content, full of just documents. And if you look at my desktop on my laptop, it is horrendous. There's documents everywhere. It's very disorganized, and I really need to organize myself for 2025 digitally. So that is the next thing that we are doing. So this is a quick overview of my desktop. This is how bad, like just looking at this, I'm sure is giving you so much anxiety. So that is why I need to take a moment. My documents are strewn everywhere. I have 500 files going. I have so many different projects going, and a lot of different projects that I had done this year that I'm going on for, projects I'm doing for 2025. Like everything is just a disaster on here. So it is time to organize some of that, which honestly isn't that exciting, but is definitely needed. How much better does this look? A lot more. Oh my gosh, you guys can't see, but it's a lot more organized. It looks just so much better, and there's files now. Everything's organized, which is great. I also went through and organized a lot of stuff on my phone. I deleted a lot of apps that I just don't use, and went through tons of content that I just like don't use, like photos and videos. Stuff I don't use, I just deleted it. So that is what was needed as well on my phone. Now that I've kind of organized my space, I feel like I'm finally ready to sit down and start resetting things mentally for 2025. We want to reorganize kind of our surroundings so that we can organize our thoughts inside, because sometimes they can be a jumbled mess, and if we're looking at a jumbled mess, it's just not going to come out very well. So we're going to be talking about goals and things to do when it comes to getting ready for 2025. And I think that goals are actually really important and really great to have. It's always good to have goals, whether those are finance, health, family, whatever. It's good to have goals. And you might already have goals that you have in mind that you want to have for 2025. I certainly do. But something that I also like to do when it comes to resetting, kind of just visualizing how I want things to go or how I want to work things out, is using a wheel of life. So this is, I'll put it up on the screen. You can just Google it. They have tons of different wheels that you can choose from. This is the one that I prefer. This one has different categories. So you have like health and fitness, you have financial, career, family, love, like all those things. And there's a scale from 1 to 10. And so just take time to sit down and ask yourself where you are right now in each category and where you want to be at the end of 2025 in each category. Now, I know not every category is going to be super important for you in 2025. Some of them might go on the back burner. Some of them might be more of an importance towards the end of the year. It can really change, obviously. Maybe you want to do it for only the first 6 months of 2025. So for example, if you want to look at the wheel of life and you have health and fitness and you think you're at like a 4, and you want to be at like a 9. So maybe your goal is to be more consistent in the gym, live a healthier lifestyle. So that's your goal. Where are you at now? Where are you going to be? And then also figuring out, okay, when it comes to goal setting, it's super important to figure out how you're going to get there, because we don't just magically get these goals. We have to work towards them, like everything in life, of course. So how are you going to go from number 4 to number 8 or number 2 to number 10? Like, how are you going to get there? How do you want to get there? And it's just sitting down and assessing that and looking at your goals and going, okay, how am I going to achieve that goal in 2025? As I was editing this video, I cannot believe I forgot this in my notes. I just completely looked over it, but we are talking about a vision board. I think vision boards are perfect for resetting for 2025. I feel like I could do a whole video on how to create a vision board. However, I know there are so many videos here on YouTube for creating vision boards, and you need to do it for 2025. I love vision boards. I've been doing it for years, and I just love having like a set kind of vision theme for the year. And now there's a huge trend, and I'm glad that I actually missed this in my notes because I would have not spoken about this, but now I can, is that people are doing bingo cards for 2025. So instead of a vision board, they're doing bingo cards, which looks like a lot of fun. I highly recommend that you write in bingo cards, like vision board bingo cards. Those look like a lot of fun, and I honestly might try doing that myself because that looks like a fun game to play for 2025. And it kind of helps you be able to like mark off your goals that you achieve. I don't know. I think it's great. Maybe I could do a whole video about that too as well. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, vision boards. Add it in while you're doing the wheel of life, while you're creating the goals that you want to achieve. Time to do your vision board, baby. add those all in together so you see where you are in your wheel of life. You're like, here, okay, I'm at a 4 and I want to be at an 8. How am I going to get there? And then it's time to put that into place. Create your vision board and see how you're going to get there. I think that visualizing is so important when it comes to achieving our goals. And this might be woohoo for some, but I think that law of assumption is something that is just so great, because law of assumption is just like assuming that you're going to get it. Imagining a goal, visualizing your goal, visualizing yourself getting that goal. I think that visualization is great. Being able to be like, okay, I see myself lifting 300-pound barbell. I see myself running a business. All those things, close those eyes and visualize it. And then telling yourself, okay, I have it. I'm a successful business owner. I have a 300-pound deadlift. All those things, visualizing, law of assumption that, yes, I have it. Yes, that's the confidence that we all need within. So law of assumption, look it up too. And so once you figure out your goals, now it's time to really implement them into your everyday life. And we don't want to be walking around our everyday life like a zombie. We don't want to just be doing mundane things. It's very easy to, especially if you're a parent, it's very easy when we're in routine to just like keep going like that. And it's good to implement these into your routine and make these habits to implement into your routine, especially when it comes to health and fitness. You just want to implement these as best as possible into your daily routine, but we also want to be present. That's what's important. And when it comes to resetting for 2025, we're going to go, okay, here we are now, where we want to be and how we're going to kind of get there. That kind of middle space is what you need to work on. So that's habits, adding things into your routine, and just learning to be more present. So one of the things that I think is actually really important when it comes to resetting and going towards our goals and how we want to achieve our goals is finding our best productivity time. So personally for me, I am super productive in the morning. Some people are super productive in the evening. I just love mornings. I love waking up early and having my time there. And I like to wake up at like 5. I know it's not sustainable for everyone to wake up at that time. I like it, and now that I've been doing it for a couple years, my body just naturally wakes me up at 5 every day, which is kind of nice. But that's when I'm most productive. Some people, like, I go to bed early, but some people can be really productive in the evening, which is great. So my morning routine is super sacred to me. So that could be your morning routine or your evening routine. That can be super sacred to you, but that's the best time that you can be productive. So I wake up early and I usually take time to meditate and journal and just be more mindful in the morning, which we will get into in a sec. But then after that, I'm doing work. So I work for myself, but I'm doing work at that time. And I'm really like, that's my best productivity time. So that's when I'm doing a lot of things that I don't love to do. So that's like admin work, business stuff, spreadsheets, taxes, that kind of not fun stuff, I guess you can say, because that's when my brain is working the best, is really in the morning at that time. So that's when I'm doing everything. Because when it comes to the afternoon, I'm like, I can't do anything. My brain doesn't work. Simple tasks in the afternoon and evening, my harder tasks in the morning. So just try and find your productivity time where you're able to fit things in, where you're able to be your most productive self. Same thing when it comes to health and fitness, because I love health and fitness. I talk everything about health and fitness and working out. I love it. So we're going to keep referencing that. But me personally, I love to work out in the morning. I'm a morning person when it comes to working out. I did for a couple years work out in the afternoons, which isn't too bad, but I prefer the morning. And some people are able to just work out in the evening. It's better for them. They prefer it that way. So it's really just finding your best productivity time and when you want to be your most productive self. And now I know there's exceptions to this. Don't get me wrong. I'm in a good routine right now, but things change, especially if you're a parent and you have a job that you have to go to, things change. But if there's any little points of time during your day, just even realizing in your morning, okay, do I have 10 minutes to be a little bit more productive in my morning or even in the evening before I go to bed? It doesn't have to be hours long to be productive. You can just be productive in short periods of time as well. I just want to put it out there because I know we're not the same. We all have different routines and we all have different lives. So just wanted to share that. And that brings me to my next point. I think resetting for 2025 is all about mindfulness. So that's being present, not just walking through life like a zombie. We want to sit down, be present, recognize the things around us, because it's so easy in our society to constantly be thinking about the future or even thinking about the past and not being in the present. And that's why in the morning, when I'm setting myself up for the day, that is when I like to be mindful. I do in the evening too, but I really prefer being in the morning. I just set myself, get ready for the day. I will do meditations, and I know not everyone loves meditations. There is an app called Insight Timer. I love it. I think it's great. They have meditations that are like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, just meditations that are like, not meditations, but like affirmation meditations, which are great, or just like meditations where you just want to like clear your head. They have so many meditations on there. It's absolutely great and free. So that being said, in the morning when my son is sleeping, everyone's sleeping, that is like my me time. And I'm sitting down and I'm spending like 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe longer sometimes, depending how things are going on up there. And I sit down and I will journal. I have one of my favorite journals, which is the 5-minute journal. I think that is so great, especially if you want to get into being more mindful. And one thing that I love with the 5-minute journal that I think everyone should be doing is finding gratitude, just being grateful for some things, because like I said, it's very easy to always see the negative things, but how can we find more of like a positive spin on things? Because yes, some things do suck, but it's also nice to know like I have a roof over my head, or you know what, this happened, but also like this is a learning experience. Like just trying to find gratitude. So like recently I've been really struggling. There was the Canada Post, if you don't know, if you're not in Canada, the Canada Post strike, and I had a lot of packages going through there. That's how I ship my stuff. And it was really affecting my business. I lost a lot of revenue. It really sucked and it was really hard, but I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm actually grateful that I have the opportunity that I can even sell things with my business, but also just like, this is a learning experience. I'm learning to seek out new carriers. How can I make my business run a little more efficient, because Canada Post might not be there. So in the end, it ended up being a learning experience. Even though it sucked, it still was a good learning experience, and it was something that I was kind of grateful for in the end. And last but not least, something that I think is so important to talk about, especially as a parent, is self-care time. As a mom, I've learned that self-care time is really important. We're always giving to our kids and not really giving much to us, but it's also important that we give to ourselves so we're able to help our kids better. And sometimes, yes, we are pouring from an empty cup. It happens quite often, more often than we think, but it's also so important that we try and find times where we can fill up our cup, because we honestly do deserve to have that opportunity. And really, if you want to kind of reset and get things ready for 2025, take some time to yourself, whether that's going for a walk. That is something that I really have implemented a lot when it comes to the winter, is that I'm bundling up and going for a walk, because it just makes me feel better and it gives me some time to sit and listen to a motivational podcast so that I can just feel better, and more mind time and me time and self-care time. Same thing in the morning when I do my meditations, that's self-care time for me. Or even if you have 10 minutes to do some skincare to just make you feel good and make you feel beautiful, that is what is important. It is the holidays and they can be very busy and very hectic, and that is why self-care is even more important after the holidays, is to take some time for yourself, because we've been giving so much to everyone else. It's important that we take some time for ourselves as well. We all deserve it, honestly. And so you deserve it too. If you're watching this, you deserve self-care time. And I've realized since becoming a mom, that is something that is very essential, but it's also nice to see more moms, and especially in this generation, or people in this generation that are having kids, that they're actually prioritizing self-care as a mother, because being a mother is really fucking hard. It's hard. So self-care is always so important, because if we're able to do something for ourselves, it honestly helps us mentally, because if we're always pouring from an empty cup, our mental health is just gonna go to shit. So fill up your cup. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your goals are down below, and if you're going to be resetting some things in your life when it comes to 2025 that I didn't mention in this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.